Have you ever stood up from a chair and felt like your legs were working just a little harder than they used to? Or maybe you've noticed it's taking a bit more effort to carry groceries, walk upstairs, or even just get out of bed in the morning. If any of that sounds familiar, I want you to know you're not alone, and more importantly, you are not helpless. In fact, there's one powerful daily habit that can truly transform how strong, energized, and independent you feel. Yes, even if you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond. Now, I know it's easy to think that losing strength is just part of aging, that we're supposed to slow down, get weaker, and accept that life becomes more limited. But what if I told you that you could actually reverse that trend, that with just one simple, manageable habit each day, you could begin to restore muscle strength, support your joints, and move with more ease and confidence like you did back in your 40s. And, no, this isn't about lifting heavy weights or running marathons. This is about something so natural, so accessible, you might be surprised you haven't already made it part of your daily routine. But before we dive into that one powerful habit, let's talk a little about why this matters so much. You see, after the age of 30, we naturally begin to lose muscle mass, about 3 to 8% per decade. And after 60, that rate of loss can double. But here's the good news. This process, called sarcopenia, isn't something you have to simply accept. You can fight back, and the sooner you start, the better, because muscle strength isn't just about looking toned. It's your foundation. It's what helps you walk without pain, balance confidently, avoid falls, support your bones, and even boost your metabolism and brain health. When your muscles are strong, everything else becomes easier, and your chances of staying independent for longer skyrocket. Think about this. Have you ever seen someone in their late 70s or 80s still dancing, gardening, or walking with a spring in their step? That's not luck. That's not magic. That's daily choices, especially the kind we're going to talk about today. Now let me ask you something personal. When was the last time you did something for your body, just one small thing that felt so good you wanted to do it again the next day? That's the kind of habit we're talking about here. It's not just effective, it's enjoyable. Something you'll want to make a natural part of your life, not a chore. Let's talk about that habit. It starts with movement, but not just any movement. It's about intentional, low-impact resistance training you can do at home with just your body weight or a pair of light resistance bands. No gym, no stress, just focused, gentle exercises that wake up your muscles and tell them, hey, I still need you. For example, even something as simple as chair squats can be a game changer. You don't need to go deep or fast. You just sit down in a sturdy chair, then rise back up slowly using your legs. Not your hands, just your legs. That's it. You're signaling your body to build and preserve strength where it matters most. Your thighs, hips, and glutes, which are key for balance and walking. And here's where it gets exciting. Studies show that seniors who do just 15 minutes of resistance-based movement each day, whether it's chair squats, wall push-ups, or stepping exercises, experience better mobility, stronger muscles, and even improved confidence. And this habit becomes even more powerful when you pair it with a few minutes of stretching before and after. Not only does it reduce the risk of injury, but it helps your muscles feel looser, more relaxed, and ready to work with you, not against you. Now, I know some of you may be thinking, but I've got arthritis, or my knees aren't what they used to be. And I hear you. That's exactly why this habit works so well, because it can be modified to suit any level. You can do these movements sitting down, using support, or even just moving your muscles without any weight at all. The point isn't to push hard, it's to show up every day, even for a few minutes. Consistency beats intensity every single time. Let me tell you a quick story. One of our longtime viewers, Joan, sent us a message a few months back. She's 74, had knee replacements a few years ago, and thought she'd never regain the strength she had in her 50s. But she started doing just 5 minutes of seated leg lifts and chair squats every morning while the coffee brewed. Within a month, she noticed it took her less time to get out of bed. 2 months later, she was walking longer without needing to rest. And now, she tells us she started volunteering at her local community center, and not just sitting at a desk. She's helping organize events, move supplies, and even dance a little, all because she built strength one day at a time. That's what this habit can do. It's not about building bulky muscles, it's about building functional, everyday strength, the kind that helps you carry your grandkids, stand up without wobbling, and feel proud of what your body can still do. And the best part? The psychological shift. When you move your body each day, when you feel your muscles wake up again, something changes in your mind too. You stop feeling like you're slowing down and start feeling like you're in control again, like you have power over your health. And that feeling, my friend, is priceless. Now imagine where you could be a month from now, 3 months, a year, not only stronger, but more confident, more mobile, and more capable of doing the things you love. That's the gift this habit brings. And it starts with just a few minutes a day, so take a breath. Picture yourself getting stronger, step by step. And remember, it's never too late to start. You have everything you need to restore your strength, feel younger, and live with more energy and joy. Now that we've talked about how just a few minutes of intentional, low-impact movement can spark real change in your muscle strength, let's go a little deeper. Because this one daily habit isn't just about the body, it's also about the mind, your energy, your mood, and even your sense of purpose. When you move with intention, you're not only waking up your muscles, you're waking up your life. One of the biggest myths out there is that you need hours of exercise or complicated routines to stay strong after 60. That's just not true. In fact, trying to do too much can lead to frustration, burnout, or even injury. That's why this habit works. It's built on small, smart, and sustainable steps. And when you do it daily, it becomes part of who you are, not something you have to force yourself into. Let's talk about a few movements that are perfect for starting this habit. You don't need any fancy equipment, just a chair, maybe a wall for balance, and your willingness to try. Chair squats we already mentioned, but let's add something even gentler. Heel raises. Standing near a counter or holding onto the back of a chair, slowly raise your heels off the ground, then lower them back down. This tiny movement strengthens your calves and ankles, which are crucial for balance and preventing falls. And it feels surprisingly good, like you're giving your legs a little wake-up call. Then there's the seated knee lift. Sit tall in a chair. Lift one knee at a time like you're marching in place. Simple, right? But it engages your thighs and hip flexors, muscles that weaken quickly with age if we're not using them. And if you do it while breathing deeply, you'll feel your core join in too. That's right. Your abs, your back, everything works together. One movement, lots of benefits. Now here's a little secret. The real magic isn't just in the movement, it's in the ritual. When you do these small exercises at the same time, every day in the same place, your body starts to anticipate it. Your brain says, this is our time to move. It could be first thing in the morning, right after you brush your teeth, or maybe right before lunch. It doesn't matter when, it just matters that you commit to it. Because once this becomes your daily moment, it becomes effortless. It becomes part of you. I can't tell you how many seniors have written in, saying that once they tied this habit to something they already did, like boiling the kettle or watching the news, it finally stuck. One gentleman named Carl, 82 years old, told us he started doing his exercises during commercial breaks while watching his favorite soap opera. That's it. A few minutes at a time, a few times a day. Now 6 months later, he says he doesn't need his cane as often, and his grandkids joke that he's got more bounce in his step than ever. So here's what I want you to take from this. This habit doesn't need to be intense, but it does need to be intentional. Don't rush through it. Don't do it while scrolling your phone or watching TV without paying attention. Tune into your body. Feel your muscles engage. Breathe with the movement. Even if it's just 5 minutes, this is your time, your moment of strength. And speaking of breath, let's not underestimate how powerful breathing is when paired with movement. Deep, steady breathing not only fuels your muscles with oxygen, but it also calms your nervous system. It turns simple exercises into a moving meditation. Try this. Next time you lift your leg or stand up from your chair, inhale as you prepare, exhale as you move. Slow, steady. That rhythm creates a sense of peace, even as you build power. And it helps you stay focused, present, and aware of how amazing your body still is. Now there's one more piece of this habit that makes it even more powerful. Tracking. I know that word might sound boring, but stay with me. You don't need an app, a spreadsheet, or anything fancy. Just a small notebook or even a sticky note on your fridge. Write down the day and put a check mark when you complete your movement. That's it. Why? Because when you see those check marks add up, 5 in a row, 10, then 20, you feel proud, you build momentum. And momentum is what carries you forward on the days you don't feel like moving. It becomes more than a task. It becomes a promise to yourself, a gentle reminder that your health is worth showing up for every single day. And the more you show up, the stronger you become, not just in your muscles, but in your belief in yourself. Let's talk briefly about what happens inside your body when you commit to this habit. Your muscle fibers, which may have been shrinking with age, start to regenerate. That's right. Your body starts producing new muscle cells. Your joints become better supported. Your bones get stronger thanks to the load-bearing effect of movement. Even your insulin sensitivity improves, meaning your blood sugar stays more balanced. All of this from a few focused minutes a day. And it's not just physical. People who build this habit often notice they sleep better, they're less anxious, and they even feel more cheerful throughout the day. Because when you move your body, you're telling yourself, I'm alive, I'm here, and I'm not done yet. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to do the same number of reps every day or move exactly the same way. Some days you might feel stiff, other days energized. That's okay, show up anyway. That's the beauty of this one daily habit. It's flexible, forgiving, and powerful all at once. So are you ready to give yourself that gift today? Not tomorrow, not next Monday, today. Because your strength, your energy, your confidence, they're waiting on the other side of a choice to move, a choice to believe in your body's ability to renew itself. Take a deep breath with me. Feel your chest rise. That's life. That's hope. That's the start of something strong. Now that you're breathing deeper, moving more, and starting to believe in what your body can still do, let's talk about one more thing that often goes unnoticed: the little wins. You see, every time you lift yourself out of a chair without pushing off with your hands, that's a win. Every time you walk to the kitchen with more ease than yesterday, that's a win. These moments matter more than you realize. And when you start looking for them, you'll see just how strong you're becoming. Strength doesn't have to be loud. It doesn't need to look like lifting heavy weights or running a mile. Strength is being able to carry your groceries in from the car without stopping. It's getting up from bed and feeling steady on your feet. It's dancing a little in the kitchen when your favorite song comes on. That's the kind of strength that truly improves your life. And here's the part no one talks about. Your muscles don't just help you move, they protect you. They protect your joints from strain. They keep your bones aligned. They cushion your body in case of a fall. When your muscles are strong, your entire body works more efficiently. Your digestion improves. Your heart doesn't have to work as hard. Even your brain benefits from the improved circulation. That's why this daily habit of intentional movement is like investing in your body's safety net. You're not just maintaining, you're preventing. You're creating a buffer between yourself and the setbacks that often come with aging. That's not wishful thinking, that's proven science. The stronger your muscles are, the lower your risk of falls, fractures, and hospital visits. It's that simple. Now let's talk about how to stay consistent, because this is where many people slip. It's easy to get excited and start strong, but staying with it, that takes something more. And here's the truth. Motivation comes after you move, not before. Most people wait until they feel like it, but the magic happens when you do it anyway, even when you're tired, even when it's raining, even when the day just feels a little too long. That's when the habit becomes part of you. And that's when your body starts to change. So on those tough days, don't aim for perfection. Just do something. One movement, one stretch, one step. That's all it takes to keep the promise alive. Some of our seniors keep a little movement jar. Every time they complete their habit for the day, they drop a pebble or a coin in. It sounds simple, but over time the jar fills up, and so does their confidence. It's a quiet reminder of their commitment, and it works. But let's not forget something very important. You don't have to do this alone. If you have a partner, a neighbor, or even a grandchild who can join you, invite them in. Movement is more fun when it's shared. It creates connection. It becomes a moment you look forward to, not just for your health, but for your heart. One lovely couple, Linda and Harold, both in their 70s, shared how they started their daily movement habit together. Just 5 minutes of gentle leg lifts and arm circles in their living room every morning. At first it was a chore, but now they say it's their favorite time of day. They laugh, they chat, they even play a little music in the background. And the best part? They're not just getting stronger, they're getting closer. That's the unexpected beauty of this habit. It creates space, space for joy, space for laughter, space for reconnection, with others and with yourself. And for those of you who feel like I've let it go too far, or I'm too old to start now, please hear this. You are not too old. Your body is always listening. It is always responding to what you give it. No matter how long it's been, your muscles can grow, your balance can improve, your posture can lift, your energy can return. All it takes is one choice made daily. I want you to imagine something. Picture yourself a month from now. You've stuck with this habit. Every day, a few minutes of focused movement. You wake up and your legs feel a little stronger. You walk into the kitchen and your knees don't ache like they used to. You climb the stairs with more confidence. You feel taller, lighter, more alive. That version of you? It's not a fantasy. It's waiting. It's real. And it's just on the other side of consistency. And let's not underestimate the impact this has on your independence. Being able to dress yourself, bathe without assistance, reach a high shelf, these are the things that give you dignity, freedom, pride, and the foundation of that freedom. It's your muscle strength. That's why I get so passionate about this. Because I've seen the change it brings. I've seen seniors go from fearing a fall to walking with ease, from avoiding stairs to climbing them with purpose, from feeling invisible to standing tall with pride. And if they can do it, so can you. So what's the next step? Keep showing up. Make your movement a non-negotiable part of your day, like brushing your teeth or having your morning cup of tea. Set a reminder. Make it special. Light a candle. Play your favorite music. This is your sacred time, your daily act of self-respect. And remember, no effort is wasted. Every lift, every stretch, every breath, it's all building something inside. You, something strong, something steady, something that says, I'm still here and I'm still going. You know, there's something incredibly powerful about choosing to care for yourself at this stage in life. When you commit to a simple daily habit, like mindful movement, you're not just strengthening your body, you're telling yourself, I'm worth the effort. I deserve to feel good. That message ripples through every part of your life. It changes how you walk into a room. It changes the way you smile when you look in the mirror. But let's talk about one more important layer to all of this, the role of your mind. You might be thinking, what does my mindset have to do with muscle strength? Honestly, everything. Your body takes direction from your thoughts. If your mind is filled with doubt, hesitation, or fear, your body senses that. It tenses up. It pulls back. But when your mind says, I can, your body begins to believe. It too. That's why your daily habit should include not just movement, but a moment of mental clarity, a little gratitude, a little self-talk that lifts you up. I've met seniors who say a small affirmation while stretching in the morning, something like, I am strong, or my body is healing, or even just, thank you. It may sound simple, but it's like watering a seed. Over time it grows into confidence, into peace, into energy, and that energy, it shows up in the way you move, the way you speak, the way you live. Now let's address something that many people over 60 experience, but don't always talk about, shame or embarrassment around physical limitations. Maybe you used to be very active and now you feel frustrated that your body isn't the same. Or maybe you've never had a fitness routine and you worry you'll look silly trying. Please, let that go. There's no judgment here. There's only progress. And the only person you need to impress is you. Every person's starting point is different. What matters is that you start, that you keep moving, that you make this one daily habit your anchor. Because once that anchor is set, other things begin to shift. You sleep better. You eat more mindfully. You drink more water. You feel more in control. And that's what we all want, right? To feel like we're steering the ship again. Now, I want to share a little story that really stayed with me. There was a woman named Rita. She was 78 when she started this one small habit. She had been feeling weak, tired, and a bit discouraged after a long winter. Her daughter suggested she try a gentle strength routine, just 10 minutes a day. At pass. First, Rita resisted. She said, I'm too old to start now. But eventually she gave it a try. She did her stretches while watching the morning news. Then she added a few light arm movements with soup cans, then some slow chair squats. Few weeks in, something happened. She went to grab a heavy pot from a low shelf and realized she didn't need to brace herself or call for help. She just did it, smoothly, like it was nothing. And she stood there, smiling, tears in her eyes, realizing her body had remembered. How to be strong, she said, it was like finding a part of myself I thought I'd lost. That's the kind of transformation that this one habit can create. Quiet, powerful, life-changing. And it doesn't take fancy equipment or a personal trainer. You don't need a gym membership or a strict schedule. All it takes is your decision to show up for yourself, even for just a few minutes each day. That's it. You already have everything you need, your body, your breath, your willingness. And let's not forget the joy that comes from seeing your body respond. Maybe after a week, you find it easier to bend down and pick something up. Maybe after 2 weeks, you notice you're sleeping more soundly. Maybe your joints aren't aching quite as much. These signs are not small. They are your body's way of saying, thank you. Let's keep going. The beautiful thing is that your strength doesn't just serve you. It serves those around you too. When you're stronger, your family worries less. You get to participate more fully in life. You can enjoy outings, play with grandchildren, take care of your garden, or dance at a family wedding. You're not just adding years to your life. You're adding life to your years. And let's be honest, aging comes with its share of changes. We can't control every ache, every wrinkle, every slowdown, but we can control how we respond. We can choose to be active participants in our health. We can choose to say, I'm still here and I've got more living to do. That mindset, that fire, is what keeps us vibrant. So let this daily habit be your declaration. Let it be the way you say, I'm not giving up on myself. I'm still moving forward. I still believe in what's possible, because there is so much still possible, more than you might realize. And as you keep going with this, don't be afraid to celebrate your progress. No win is too small. Celebrate the days you showed up, even when you didn't feel like it. Celebrate the strength you're building, the confidence you're gaining, the peace you're creating inside yourself. You've earned it. There's something special about honoring your body, not for what it used to be, but for what it still can be. That mindset shift right there, it's powerful, because once you let go of comparisons, once you stop wishing for yesterday's strength and start appreciating today's progress, everything changes. And if you've ever doubted whether change is even possible at your age, let me remind you, it absolutely is. Your muscles are not gone. They're just waiting to be reminded of what they can do, waiting for that signal that says, hey, we're still in this. And when you commit to this daily habit, that signal gets stronger every single day. You start waking up with a bit more energy. Climbing stairs doesn't feel like a chore. You might even catch yourself standing taller, walking with more purpose, more pride. Now let's talk about something else this habit brings that people don't often mention: hope. Yes, hope. You see, when your body starts to respond, even in small ways, it lights a fire inside you. Suddenly, the future doesn't feel like a slow decline. It feels like a fresh chapter, a chance to reclaim some of the strength and vitality you thought was gone for good. And that hope, it's contagious. I've seen it light up entire households. One senior starts their daily habit, then their spouse joins in, then their friends want to try. Before you know it, there's a whole little tribe of folks lifting each other up, laughing more, moving more, feeling alive again. But you might be wondering, what if I fall off track? What if I skip a day or two? Let me tell you, there's no shame in that. Life happens. What matters most is that you don't quit. One missed day doesn't undo all your progress. Just pick it back up the next day. Be gentle with yourself. This isn't about perfection. It's about consistency, about making yourself a promise and keeping it more often than not. And when things feel tough, when you're not feeling motivated, remember your why. Maybe it's being able to travel again. Maybe it's keeping up with your grandkids. Maybe it's just feeling confident in your own body. Hold on to that reason. Let it carry you through those slower days. Now, let's add one more layer to this beautiful habit, and that's joy. Yes, joy. Movement doesn't have to be boring. It doesn't have to feel like a chore. Put on some music you love. Open a window and feel the breeze while you move. Try dancing instead of stretching one day, or go for a walk with a friend. Find ways to make your habit something you look forward to, not something you dread. Because when you enjoy it, you'll stick with it. And when you stick with it, you'll feel the results deep in your bones. Literally, your bones, your joints, your muscles, they all begin to thank you. They become more responsive, more reliable, more alive. And please don't underestimate the emotional strength that comes from this daily commitment. You're not just building muscle, you're building resilience, you're building confidence. You're proving to yourself that you're capable, strong, and worthy of care, no matter what age the calendar says. Sometimes, the biggest victories come in the quietest ways, like getting out of bed without groaning, like walking through the grocery store without having to stop and rest, like carrying your own bags again. These are not small things, these are freedom. These are signs that your body is working with you again. You might even notice your mood lifting. That's no accident. When you move your body, you release endorphins, natural feel-good chemicals that fight stress and help you feel more positive. So not only are you building physical strength, you're also strengthening your mind, your emotions, your whole sense of well-being. And the best part? It's never too late to start. Whether you're 60 or 90, your body is ready to respond. It's waiting for you to say, let's go. So go ahead, say it. Make today the day you start this one simple habit. Make today the day you decide to invest in you. Because you deserve to feel strong, you deserve to feel good. You deserve to wake up each day knowing that you are doing something kind and powerful for yourself. This isn't about chasing youth, it's about embracing life, fully, proudly, with strength and joy in your step. And as we come to the end of this journey together, I want you to take a moment, just a quiet pause, to acknowledge something very important. You showed up for yourself today. You took the time to learn, to listen, to reflect, and most importantly, to believe that your health and your strength still matter. That belief is where everything starts. Because at any stage of life, especially after 60, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking, Maybe this is just how it is now. Maybe feeling weak, tired, or stiff is just part of getting older. But here's the truth. It doesn't have to be. You have more power than you think, and that power begins with the choices you make each day. This one daily habit we've been talking about, it's not magic. It's not a miracle cure, but it is a small intentional act of love for your body that can transform your life in the most beautiful ways. And the results? They don't show up overnight, but they do show up, quietly, consistently, like little miracles unfolding day by day. So whether you've already started this habit, or today's the day you commit to it, know that every step forward counts, even if it's slow, even if some days feel harder than others. The simple act of showing up and choosing to move, to care, to nourish your strength, it matters more than you realize. You're not doing this just for your muscles. You're doing this for your independence, for your confidence, for your ability to carry your own groceries, to play with your grandkids, to walk through a garden without pain or struggle. You're doing this so you can keep living life on your own terms, with pride, with grace, and with joy. And I hope you feel proud of yourself, because not everyone is willing to do what you're doing. Not everyone takes charge of their health, especially later in life. But you are. You're showing that age doesn't mean giving up. It means stepping up with wisdom, with care, with strength. Now I want to ask you something personal. When you think about the next few months of your life, what do you want them to feel like? More energy, less stiffness, more freedom to move and enjoy your days. That's what this one daily habit can give you, not in theory, not as a maybe, but as something real, something earned, something yours. And I'd love to hear from you. What's your story? Are you already doing this habit, or are you just getting started? How has your body responded? What small victories have you noticed? Drop a comment below and share it. You never know who might be inspired by your words. This is more than just a video. It's a community, a space where we encourage each other, where we lift each other up, where we celebrate every single step forward. If you found value in this conversation today, go ahead and tap that like button. It helps more seniors like you discover simple, powerful ways to feel better, move better, and live stronger. And if you haven't yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because we're just getting started. Every week we dive into new ways to support your health, your strength, and your happiness after 60. You deserve to feel your best, not just survive, but thrive. And I'll be right here, cheering you on every step of the way. So here's to waking up tomorrow with purpose, to moving your body with love, to nourishing your strength one beautiful day at a time. Remember, your age is just a number. Your spirit, your will, your strength, those are timeless. And every single day, you have a fresh chance to prove it to yourself. Here's to living your best life at any age. You've got this.